Starting March 15th, 2026, passengers over 70 will face new screening requirements at airports across America. These aren't suggestions, these are federal regulations that could prevent you from boarding your flight. A 73-year-old grandmother was denied boarding last week under these new rules. She had no idea they existed. If you're over 70 or traveling with someone who is, the next 9 minutes could save your vacation, your money, and a tremendous amount of stress. Welcome. Major changes are coming to air travel for seniors, and they're happening faster than most people realize. The TSA, FAA, and major airlines have quietly implemented new policies specifically targeting passengers over 70. Some went into effect in January 2026. Others launch March 15th, and most seniors have no idea these rules exist. I've obtained internal airline memos, reviewed TSA policy updates, and interviewed airport security personnel to bring you the complete picture. What I've discovered is alarming. The airport experience for seniors is about to become significantly more complicated. Stay until the end because rule number 7 involves something that could get you flagged by TSA, and it's something most seniors do every single day. Let's start with the most immediate change happening on March 15th. Rule number 1. Enhanced medical screening for passengers over 70 on international flights. Here's what nobody is talking about. Starting March 15th, 2026, passengers over 70 flying internationally will face enhanced medical screening at certain airports. What this means in practice? Affected airports, pilot program, JFK, New York, LAX, Los Angeles, Miami International, Chicago O'Hare, San Francisco International. Additional airports will be added throughout 2026. The new screening process. Random selection of passengers over 70 for basic health assessment. Questions about recent medical procedures, current medications, and ability to sit for extended periods. Visual assessment for signs of disorientation or confusion. Possible request for emergency contact information. In some cases, verification that you can fasten your own seatbelt and follow crew instructions. Why this is happening? The FAA reports that medical emergencies on international flights increased 47% between 2023 and 2025, with passengers over 70 accounting for 68% of incidents requiring emergency landings. These diversions cost airlines $400,000 to $900,000 each. Airlines are attempting to reduce liability and costs by identifying at-risk passengers before boarding. The concerning part? The criteria for passing this screening is subjective. TSA officers have discretion to determine if you're fit to fly. If they have concerns, they can request additional documentation from you, require you to speak with airport medical staff, in extreme cases, deny boarding until you provide medical clearance. Real case from January 2026. A 74-year-old man flying from Miami to Madrid was selected for enhanced screening. He'd recently had knee surgery and walked with a slight limp. TSA questioned whether he could evacuate quickly in an emergency. He was delayed 90 minutes while airport medical staff evaluated him. He missed his flight. What you must do before March 15th? If you're over 70 and flying internationally, carry a letter from your doctor stating you're fit to fly. List all current medications, keep it in your carry-on, have emergency contact information easily accessible, arrive 3 hours before international flights instead of the usual 2. Be prepared to answer health questions calmly and clearly. If you use mobility aids, have documentation explaining why. But medical screening isn't the only new challenge. The next rule affects something seniors rely on heavily. Rule number 2. Wheelchair and mobility assistance requests now require government-issued ID verification. This change went into effect January 1st, 2026, but many seniors are still being caught off guard. What changed? Old policy, you could request wheelchair assistance when booking or at the airport, and staff would provide it based on your word. New 2026 policy, you must now pre-register for wheelchair or mobility assistance at least 48 hours before departure. During registration, you must provide government ID information. Your ID must match your ticket exactly, including middle names, suffixes like junior or senior. At the airport, you must present the same ID used during registration. If there's any mismatch, wheelchair service can be denied. Why airlines implemented this? They claim it's to prevent abuse of the system. Data showed that 30% of wheelchair requests were from passengers who didn't actually need them. They were using it to skip lines and board early. But the system is creating problems for legitimate users. What's catching seniors? Name mismatches. Many seniors book tickets using their common name, Mary Smith, but their ID says their full legal name, Mary Elizabeth Smith. Married women who booked under their maiden name but present a license with their married name. Seniors with junior or senior or the second suffixes that don't match their ticket exactly. Last-minute health changes. A senior books a flight while healthy but develops mobility issues before the trip. Under new rules, requesting wheelchair assistance less than 48 hours before departure puts you at the bottom of the priority list. On busy travel days, last-minute requests may not be accommodated. Real case? A 71-year-old woman pre-registered for wheelchair instant using her legal name, Margaret. At the airport, she presented her ID, which said Peggy, her nickname she'd used on her driver's license for 40 years. The names didn't match the registration. She was denied wheelchair service and had to walk half a mile to her gate with a cane. What you must do? When booking flights, use your exact legal name as it appears on your government ID. Pre-register for wheelchair assistance at least 72 hours in advance, not just 48. Screenshot or print the confirmation of your wheelchair request. Bring printed confirmation to the airport. If your health changes after booking, call the airline immediately to update your request. Consider getting a real ID or passport to ensure name consistency. But identification issues go beyond just wheelchair services. Rule number 3, real ID enforcement is absolute, and seniors are the most affected. May 7th, 2025 was the deadline for real ID compliance. We're now in 2026, and enforcement is stricter than ever, with seniors bearing the brunt. The current reality: you cannot board a domestic flight without one of